Everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis. I'm also known as Scrapbooking Mama, and today I'm going to do a tutorial using these beads which are stars and hearts, and these beads here, pink, gray, or silver, and white, and some other pieces. Oh, and plus this clasp here. But before I go any further, I want to let you know there is a code in the description box for 10% off of your total order. This is through Beebeecrafts products, and they have some great jewelry pieces there. I love what I got. So let's get started. And oh yeah, and also there are further links in the description box below. Now before we get started, the first thing that we want to do is make sure we have all our tools that we need, and then all the little finishing pieces, and then get about a 12-inch piece of wire. This is a medium wire, and it's an Econoflex wire, so it's very flexible, in other words. And then get you a crimp tube or a crimp bead, either one, and thread it through one end of your wire, if you can see the hole. And that's with new glasses. Okay, now so we've got the crimp bead in, or tube, I mean. And then what you want to do is take one end of your clasp, and if it's got a little loop there, then you can use that to, instead of a jump ring, you can use that to thread your wire in, so you can connect your finishing tube, crimp tube, into the wire that connects to the clasp. So you're going to have both of them together. So take that short wire and just pull it, and you've got it directly against each other. So just pull it, but you can't let it go that way. You've got to crimp it. In other words, get you a crimp tool, and this is the one that I used. It's angled. You don't have to use an angled one, but for me it seems to be a little bit easier. And then you want to place your tube or bead into that round spot there. This is the second. We've got two slots there. 1 and 2. So take that one, put it into the tube, into that second depth, I guess you can call it. Dip, maybe that's better. And just squeeze it. So I've got it squeezed. There it is. I forgot to turn it around. Okay, so I've got it squeezed together, and you probably cannot see this. Okay, you might be able to see it. See, it looks like two little tunnels there, one on each side. So you want to take your crimp tool again and go to the very last depth there, and face it towards you. If you're doing it like this, that is, face it towards you, and put that piece into that section, that very last section, and you want to press it, and that brings them together. Now you can even see where they were. So you have your sections put together. I mean, your little tube is put together. And at this point, if you want to, you could put a crimp cover into it, but sometimes you don't have to. And I'm going to try not to, because it looks neat enough, and so I think it'll be just fine. So I'm going to start off with a silver bead, and the reason I'm doing it is because the hole is a lot smaller, and you can see I'm wearing one now. This is what we're making. And if I used the star or heart first, well, the thing it is that those are those holes are way too big. So just slide your bead onto the wire and let it connect with the short wire and the long wire. So you're putting them together just like that. They both go in the same hole. The long piece and the short piece go into that hole. So now that I've got that, I want to put, let's say, let's put a star in there first. Actually, I don't want a green one yet. Let's put a blue one in. There wasn't very many green ones. I think like 2 is all. I like the green too. Oh well. Now you can choose to put both those wires into that too. Just gives it more stability. And then I'm going to take my white one, the white bead. I'm going to put it into that hole. And if I want to, again, I can slide that little piece there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to because it's too short to work with. So I'm just going to trim it down. Being careful not to cut the other wire piece. Okay, now there we go. And now we're going to take a heart. See, that's a blue star, so the heart, let's see, let's make it a brown, orangey brown color. Looks almost like a rusty. Okay, now, so we got silver, silver, white. Now we're going to put a pink one in. And you don't have to do those colors. You can do any beads, any color. Alright, now I'm going to finish putting this together and I'll be right back. And I'm going to apologize for the color. I've got a new monitor and the colors I can't get them adjusted yet. Still learning it. So anyway, I do apologize for that. I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got all of them bead on the wire, all the beads on the wire that I want. And I made sure that I stopped and ended with the silver. Okay, you don't have to, but that's just the way I prefer to do it. So now we're going to get that crimp bead again, or crimp tube. And threading it through. And placing it all the way down. And then we're going to get the wire, or the other end of the clasp. Pulling it through. Oops, lost the tube. Just like we did earlier, we're putting the short wire into the tube. Try to keep it straight if you can. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to put it through this first bead here. It's mainly for to make it more secure. And if I want to, I can go ahead again to put it into the next bead. And then just take that short wire. I went ahead and took it out of that second bead. But now what you want to do, once you got threaded through at least the first bead, hold on to the end of the clasp and then pull the short end, and it just pulls it together. And I have struggled with that for a long time because I thought I could not get it for years. But all you do is thread it through the tube and then the bead and pull it until you get where you want it. And then you do your crimping just like we did a while ago. Just take your tube into that second slot, I'm going to call it, squeeze it, and then take into your first slot and squeeze it. And there you have it done. And then you just clip off the excess wire, or pull it through if you want to into a second bead. I think I need some new pliers. Anyway, isn't that a lot easier? And then again, if you want to, you can put a crimp cover on it, but if it looks neat enough, I don't think it's necessary. But if you want to do it, you can. And all it is just putting it on there. I say all it is, but I have trouble keeping them on. Whoops, like that. I went and got my pliers here to see if maybe that would help me. And they're magnetic, so the clasp piece want to stick to the pliers. Okay, so I've got it on there, and just squeeze it. So all you do is just squeeze it, and there you have your bead on, and that doesn't look too bad. So okay, so that one's on, so I'm going to take my other one and do the same thing. Just put that cover on. Again, you don't have to put a cover on if it looks neat enough, and they did look neat enough, so I didn't really have to do this, but sometimes you want to do it just to say, hey, yeah, it's got crimp cover on it. Makes it look neater, but it really didn't look bad to me. Okay, let's see, just squeezing the pieces together. Sometimes you have to adjust it a little bit. I think I got it. Yeah, that's quicker than what I normally do. Anyway, there it is. Almost a duplicate of this one as far as the style of it. The beads are different colors in different arrangement. So there you have it. A nice bracelet. You can wear casually, or you can wear it every day. I will see you next time in the next video, so be sure you stay tuned. Subscribe if you would, like it, and hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming in. Bye for now. Have many, many blessings.